Rays Live, the pregame show on Fox Sports Sun, is brought to you by your local Honda dealer. And by Papa John's. Track your pizza to your door with Papa Track at Papa John's. Beautiful downtown St. Petersburg, just down the road from Tropicana Field, where we are inside the Trop for Game 2 of the Nats and the Rays. Rich Hollenberg, Doug Waechter over at the demo set to talk a little bit about a reliever who, Doug, I consider Oliver Drake like a white whale of bullpen arms. He is a right-handed pitcher brought in to face left-handed hitters?
That's right. There you go, Richie. If you look at the numbers, obviously he does have one major weapon against these left-handers. Let's dig a little bit into why he is so good against these left-handers, these southpaws up at the plate. You see the split finger. How about the usage of it? Almost 60% of the time he's throwing that pitch. Hovers in around 82, 83 miles an hour, which is perfect off the fastball coming in low to mid-90s. And then the opponent average. Overall, 195 opponents are hitting off of the Drake. Now, obviously, he goes out there, handles left-handers extremely well, and the split finger is really one of the biggest weapons for that. Let's dive into that split finger and demo one of the keys why he's so good against these lefties. So the split finger itself is almost a combination of a forkball with Drake. So what he does is he spreads his two fingers, first and second finger, wide open. All right. Now, a traditional split is more of a little bit closed between the first two with the laces up. What Drake does is he opens up the fingers as wide as possible right here, and he really controls it by this horseshoe right here. The lace is directly underneath that first finger. Okay. Now, on the release of this pitch, if you release a split finger straight on top, just right here, you're going to get more vertical depth. And what I mean by that is drop straight down. All right, so you'll get top to bottom movement by staying behind it and releasing straight through it. All right, now if you want horizontal run or arm side run away from a left-hander if you're Drake, then you want to go pronate and release from the inside of the pitch. All right, Oliver Drake has 36 inches of movement on this pitch average-wise. That's 3 feet of break on this average pitch. So what he does, he doesn't go up straight up top and he doesn't go off to the side. He kind of splits it right in the middle, right here on the release. And what that does is it gives it a sweeping motion away from a lefty, but also gives it the depth it needs for the strikeout. Let's go to a video right here. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about in regards to the split finger. Look, you'll see the position of the hand. You'll also see the grip, but watch the movement. The movement is really what gets these left-handers looking at the ball, and there's a great angle of it, great angle of the release, and the fingers spread wide open, and how the depth to it will actually deceive the hitters. It looks like a fastball coming right down the middle, and then all of a sudden it breaks away and down to a lefty and straight down to a right-hander. You can see why he battles, and he gives up he gets so many strikeouts on that pitch alone. Now, a couple other things that make him so hard against left-handers. Let's go into the setup. The way he sets up on the mound is actually one of the things that he utilizes against a left-hander. And what I mean by that, you got the rubber right here. I'm going to try to stay on this mound and not fall over. It's a little bit skinny. So what he does is he positions himself to the extreme far left side of the mound. Typically, a right-hander will go to the right side of the mound to allow his slider to work away from a right-hander. Well, that's not what Drake's specialty is. Drake, remember, is that split finger that runs away from a lefty. So he moves himself all the way over on the mound, and what this does, it allows him, remember, it breaks about 3 feet. That splitter breaks about 3 feet. Now it allows him to stride out, release the pitch almost at the hip of a left-handed batter and break away from him. So the batter now obviously thinks that the ball's coming at him, and by the time he picks it up, he's already bailing out and the pitch breaks over for a strike. That's the second thing he does that makes him very effective against a lefty. Third thing, his mechanics overall. His mechanics are very deceiving. I'm going to go from the side and show you what I mean by that. He's a drop and drive guy. So by dropping from this position, his first move is to drop. By dropping, he engages the hips, engages the lower half, is able to add velocity. But what else he does by doing so is he becomes deceptive. He's here, he drops, his front hand goes straight up. By picking the glove up here a lot higher than any other pitcher, he is deceiving the hitter. He's hiding the ball until the last second. He pulls down, the ball shows up, fires, and it's very, very hard for a hitter to pick that up. They pick it up at the last second, so they don't have a lot of time to react to it. Check out this video right here, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So here you go. There's a freeze, and you see him positioned on the far left side. There's the break. You see his front side. You see that glove straight up in the air. The back side very low, right? Engaging the lower half, still getting on top, being able to fire that ball straight downhill. Very deceptive. Even to a right-handed hitter, you see how they could barely pick that up. This is a great view right here. Glove straight up in the air, hiding the ball totally until the very last second. Here, right there, it explodes out of his hand. So hard to pick that up. Again, for a right-hander or a left-hander, this is a great shot right here. Lefties, they really have no chance. No chance about when Drake goes in there. That's why you can see, Richie, why Kevin Cash is so excited to have this guy back. It's a huge weapon against these big-time left-handed hitters, and it's perfect timing going with the last 2 weeks in the season, and especially the postseason.
Yeah, Doug, we might see him today, just activated off the injuries list. We will definitely see him in the final 2 weeks and hopefully into the postseason. Good job, Doug. Let's take a time out here on Rays Live, the pregame. The team magic number is 4. But where are the 1 through 8 seeds gonna be? And where will they play? A postseason primer when we come back.